Welcome back to my channel, everybody. It's so lovely to have you here again. I hope you've been enjoying all the Christmas tutorials that I've been putting together. I've been having a ball of a time with it, so so glad to have you back here again to see yet another one. Now, I'm very excited today because I've had a number of requests from some of you to ask me to do a Christmas version of a favorite of mine and yours, which is the Pretty Little Pocket. So what I've done is made a little Christmas edition. So this was really fun to make. I have tweaked this, so the pocket is the same, but obviously in the Christmas version, theme I should say. But of course I have changed a couple of the goodies that go inside, which always sort of refreshes it up and made it more Christmassy in line with what we're doing. So I hope you're going to follow along with me. It's a dim day here, so I've had to put the light on. So hopefully I won't have too much glare from some of the things in here. Alright, so I'm hoping to put this together as a single video, but if I don't, due to the length, I might have to split it in two, so please be sure to watch both parts if that's the case. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the very first thing that I'll just give you a little tour here. We've got our little pocket, our double pocket, got a little fabric flower here with a Christmas ribbon, Christmas button, a little label, and inside the first pocket, if I can grip it, of course I can. Let me just grip this out here. Oh, it's these fallen out. Let's just put that back in there like that. So we've got a little pocket in here, and I've laid up all of this with some snowflakes. You can see some glossy accents there and a little snowflake pearl embellishment. Got a little tag with some more ribbon, and then I've used the chapter 1 snowy garden kit. These are some of the baubles which I've backed on each other and glued, and makes them nice and firm, put on their little bows as well. So we've got a couple of those in there. There should be another one. It's hiding. And then this over here is just a little tag that I've cut out and made a little bauble of my own. So with a little snowman character in that same kit, some fabric, this is a silk ribbon. It's variegated, which I love, Plumbowtique, and then some other little bits on there. So that goes into this little pocket, and these just sort of adorn it on the side. So those just go in there like that. So that's the one piece which we're going to make now. This is the little acetate window. I had to use the mouse because he's so adorable, so I've just made a little acetate window. This is really easy to make. We'll make this today. Any shape is suitable, just little bits of ribbon and fabric, and I've just put a little bulb pin with a little Christmas bead and a little Christmas charm on there. Okay, so that's the other bit. And then at the back, I've used the seed packets from the Snowy Garden kit from chapter 1 again. Just laid up a few bits on the front there. That's the other side. I've tucked in the actual foldable envelope bit and glued that down there so I could make a little pocket. And then what I've done is I've got a little Christmas bell, a tiny Christmas bell. It's got a jingle, can you hear? And then what I've done is I've made a tag with some more seam binding and fabric, and then I've made another shaker card from one of the pieces of, I don't want to see, I stuck the little mice in there, which is on one of the trims. But I'm going to do a shaker card video on its own because I've got a couple of versions that I do, so I thought I'd share this one today. We won't make this on here, but I will do that in a separate video if you're interested in seeing some of the shaker cards. So these are really easy to make. So that just goes into there. That goes into the back. Oh, and that's the pocket. So you've got a pocket in the front and a pocket in the back. That goes in the back. That then goes in front of that. And this would make a lovely gift for somebody for Christmas. But I've also made it narrow enough that it can actually go into your journal as well. So let's just put these together like that so it doesn't get caught on the button. That's better. Right, so that goes like that, and then this little bundle here, that goes into the front pocket over here. Okay, right, so that's how it all goes together, and then you just arrange it however you want it. I just wanted all three bows to show. So that is a bit tubby. I suppose it is a bit chunky if you look at it that way. Not too bad. But it would go into a journal page nicely because the width of it isn't too wide. Now, we'll get onto that. So if I measure the width, I think it's 4.5. Yeah, 4.5 inches or 11.5 centimeters. Okay, so it's not too far at all. It's not too bad. Okay, so without further messing about, I want to get straight to this. So hopefully I can fit this onto one video. So the first little bit that I'm going to do is this little pouch in the front here. So I'm just going to grip that and take that out like that. And we'll stand that over there. Right, so this is the first bit we're going to make over here. Let's make this little pocket. So what I've done is I've taken a glassine envelope. This envelope is, let's see, because I know you'll want measurements. 4 3/4 by 3 1/4 inches, or just short of 12 centimeters by 8.25 centimeters. All right, so that's one of those. But I will say anything that you have is fine. You also don't need to use this, but of course I don't have easy access to glassine, and I like to use what I have. So this is something that I had. So now what I'm going to do first of all, you can just make a little pouch if you have glassine or vellum or anything like that. So that would work. Grease proof. So I'm just sealing off the top there so that it is now completely closed. And then what I did was I hauled out something I know you all have, and that's pinking shears. And what I want to do is I just want to find the halfway mark here. So there, I know where it is, and I'm going to cut this in half, just like that. So get out those pinking shears, because I know you have them. Right, now we have 2 little pockets ready to be embellished. So if I can grip it, there we go. So we've got 2 little pouches just like that. Okay, so we're going to keep one of them, and we're going to start doing what I did with the others. Now I took a piece of doily, so I just chopped off, it's about 3/4 of an inch wide. I've just chopped that off, and I'm going to stick that straight on the bottom there, just to bring a bit of the snow feel to it. And of course you can do things to this doily, but I'd be here forever if I had to show you all my thoughts on just embellishing this piece of doily. It's a paper doily. So I thought, no, let's just get to the crux of the matter. Okay, so we've stuck that down, and then what I've got is I've got a little piece of this teal, which I thought went really well with this kit. This is a bit of Christmas fabric that I had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that down and wrap it round, because you want to have the back nice and neat as well. And then what I did was I took a piece of, this is from the Snowy Garden kit, Christmas kit for chapter 1. I've torn off a piece with my tear ruler, which is about 1 inch wide, or 2.5 centimeters, and it's the gold. So I'm going to stick that down first. So we're going to just find where we need to fold it. So I like to do this first. So I've got that bit folded there like that, and I'm going to just fold this piece on there like that. Right, so now I feel comfortable putting some glue on here. Now, as always, the piece that's going to face the top, you might want to just give it a little brush there. Right, so let's open that up again, and we want to just put some glue on there like that. Right, now get it towards the top area there. I've just got a little bit that's going to peek over for the top, so probably 1/4 of an inch really, or just short of like 3/4 of a centimeter really. Okay, then we can stick these down at the back as well. So I'm just putting some glue on there like that, just line that up properly, and then the same over there. Obviously you could tear off a bit of this, but it all adds to the strength of it, so I don't. Right, we got our second layer on. Now we want to put on a bit of fabric, Christmas fabric. You can choose whatever you want to put on there. Alright, so we want to get that in the middle. I'm going to just put some glue here. You could use double-sided tape, or of course your 3-in-1 beacon, or your Fabri-Tac, same thing. Right, so I'm going to just stick that down there, turn that over, and run some more glue on there. Need to order some more of that art glitter glue. You just never know these days when these things aren't going to be available for whatever reason. And it's not always available on Amazon, so I need to do that. These random thoughts that I have while I'm crafting. Okay, so we've pretty much done that bit there, and that'll dry nicely, and I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's where we are with that pocket now. Right, now what I did was I took a little piece of blue. You could use cardstock. This is a bit of wallpaper, but anything that's a light blue piece of paper that you might have. And what I've done here is I have stuck on some ribbon that I got from, I think this was from Amazon actually. Just anything that says Merry Christmas. You could even cut out something from your computer and fill in those wordings as well. So I'm going to stick that down over here. And then what I did was I cut out a little punched, well, this is with a die cut, but with a strip of paper that has a long strip of mice on it. It's like got strips of all the different patterns. I've cut out a little mouse. Now this mouse is probably 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch in diameter. So if you've got a small punch, and I do as well, cut out one of those. And then this is I think this is a 1 1¼ inch circle, or in centimeters that is 3 centimeters. And then I'm going to just stick that on the top there like that. Okay, so there are lots of mice images in that chapter 1 kit, and isn't the mouse just adorable? So we're going to just do this. Now what I've done is I've backed it onto card as well, so it's a little more robust. You don't have to do that, but I didn't want everything to be so completely flat, so that's the reason. I'll stick that on there like that. Okay, so that's that there. And then I've just taken, and this I got from Plumbowtique, and I'm going to do a video on Plumbowtique because I've received the most wonderful order that I put in that arrived this morning. So I wanted to show you the beautiful Christmas ribbons that I've ordered from there. So look out for that video. So I'm going to turn it around because I didn't want the brown. So this is just a little snippet of ribbon, and I'm going to just stick that on the top there like that. Okay, so we're going to, I think I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac here. This is better. So I'm going to put some in the middle here. Just like that. I'll stick that down. I'm having so much fun doing all these Christmas projects. I've just enjoyed every minute of it, and this is the first year for me doing any Christmas stuff. I didn't do anything last year. I was pretty still new to this all, so I was just finding my feet. There we go. How cute is that? So we're going to stick that on over there, and we're going to stick that down. So let's do that really quickly. So first things first, we want to just, oh, come on, get this stuck down. I do love this glue. This Fabri-Tac is just phenomenal. You can't go wrong with it. So just get that a little bit over there like that. And we're going to then stick our little disc down as well. Okay. So we just want to lap that ever so slightly, not getting the M. So that will go over there, that will go over there. Okay. Right. Now, what I want to do is I cut out again some snowflakes from the blue paper and the red paper that come in the kit, and you can see if I tilt that slightly, the glossy accents that I put on it, to give it a bit of shine, a bit of Christmas ice and look. And I'm just going to take the one pink and the pinky red and the blue, and I'm going to stick that over there like that. So that's what I'm going to do over there. So we'll put the red down, no, the blue down first. Okay, so we'll stick this one down at the top end there. Just be mindful that you don't stick the little flake corners over the edge, they'll get damaged, so I am mindful of that. And then I'm going to just put on my little red one like that, and then we'll put that just sort of over like that. So just stick that all down. Okay, right. And then what I did for this one, I've got these little things I got off Amazon, little snowflake pearl backed, flat backed pearl things, and I'm just going to put some glue on it, just put some Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to just stick that down like that. So as easy as that. Okay, so we've got the first little pocket done, so that's all ready. I'm going to just leave that there to dry, move that out the way. Now we want to get into some of the bits that go inside here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this little piece over here. So let's just grab that out like that. That was easy. All I did there was just grab my little bits and pieces. I cut out one of these, which is from another one of the kits there. So it's got these beautiful trees. So I just cut that out. I have stuck this to some other card and backed it with another piece that I was using. So I'm quite happy. I've glued them all together, and I have just put some distressing, can't think today, around there. So what I thought was I would get this little character, which is the snowman. I've torn this out of an actual postcard, which was one of the postcards in the kit. So all I'm going to do here is give it a very light dusting there. I'm going to just stick that on the middle like that. Just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna just get that. So we've got the snowman in between the trees, so that looks really cute, and it's got a little tiny little robin there, and another little bird, a red one, which I don't know the name of, over there. And then it's just a case of, got a little snippet of that beautiful lace that Leanne gifted me. Thanks, Leanne. I am loving this. I'm devastated that we can't get any more, so I'm being very stingy with it. So I'm just going to stick that down, oops, with a bit of my Fabri-Tac over here, just to bring in a bit of the blue. And then I have just taken another one of these little snowflake goodies, which I'm loving, and put some more of my Fabri-Tac on there, if I can sort out the mess that it's making. Alright, so that's going to go just over here like that. Okay, now what I should have mentioned is I did stitch around that one and I'm not going to do it with this one. If you are going to stitch, do it before you stick down this. Alright, so that's what I would recommend there. Then I've just taken one of my typewriter words. I've said special. I am going to get a sheet of those in the shop and include some better Christmas words on there. So if you're interested, you can find that there probably by the end of the week. So I'll work on that, and then I've just got that stuck on there like that. Okay, so there's that one pretty much done, so I'm happy with that. Just want to put a little eyelet in there. Right, so we've got that one sorted, and then I've got some of this pretty like mistletoe with snow fabric. And again, something I've just had. This beautiful blues and everything, I thought that went perfectly with that, so I'm going to just fold that over. I'm ready for the glue, look at me. And I'm going to just stick that through there like that, and then we can just join it up like that. And then I think I'll better use my sharper scissors here and pull that a little bit further through. Don't want it quite that long, I want it about there, so we'll cut those bits off like that into the scrap pile. And then again, I'm using some of this oh sorry, I've got this beautiful variegated silk ribbon from Plumbowtique. Absolutely love this, and it is silk. So what we're going to do, and the color is just perfect for this, so we're going to hold the bow down, and we're going to just tie a bow hopefully on here. I'm not great at doing this on camera. I think everybody says the same thing here. Right, so let's just try our best. So we'll make a little bow and thread it through hopefully. I think it's the angle that we try and do this at which is awkward when you're trying to film. That's what it is, because I like to get my sort of head around it more. Okay, I think we're winning. I'm going to just go like that, and that can go back on my little pile over there. Okay, let's pull that like that. Okay, so that we'll faff with later. No faffing on camera. Okay, so there's our second little goodie over there. So we're doing really well. Now, all we need to do is we need to just get a couple of these little baubles. The other one has fallen down here somewhere. There we go. So I think I have the bigger ones that side. Right, so this just needs to go in here like that. And that's all ready now to go into our little pockets. So here's that one over there, that's going to go in here as well. So right, so that goes in there like that, and then we just need to stick in a couple of these little goodies as well. So again, I've just backed them on here to the various backings, stuck on the bows. So I've used slightly different ones here. It's just from the same, what was left on the page. So I'm going to just stick those in over there. Now, right, so that's ready to go. So that little pouch is already done. Now I will show you, this is just another little one that I've been making. It's a little shaker one. So it does shake. Alright, so here's a little mouse one, which I'm going to show you how I do all of these in one of my other videos. So I'm just going to show you. If you're interested, you can let me know and I'll show you how I do all of that. Okay, so we are going to now attempt this little piece quickly. And this is really, once you've prepared everything, it is really quickly. Okay, so what I did there was I took 2 pieces of paper. It was this blue paper here, so it looks like this piece of paper from the kit here. So I effectively turned it in half, like that. And then what I did was I put my die cut over the top. Of course you can cut out a shape, any shape you like, a bell shape, a star shape, heart shape, circle shape, whatever you want. You don't need to use a die cut. That's just because I have one. So what I did was I then put this down and put my 2 pieces on the actual die cut machine, and then the smaller one inside, so that I could match up, because I've got all these little intricate bubbles going on the outside here. So that's what I've done. Now to open this up, what we need to do is I'm going to actually grab my pencil, and I'm going to make a little pencil line there, and I'm going to make a pencil line directly opposite. And why I say that is it's because of lining it up again, which always becomes a problem, I have noticed. So I can rub those out once I'm done. So I'm going to open those up like that, and then what I did was I cut out 2 pieces of acetate out of my circles to place one on each side here like that. So just going to give that a little bit of, I've got a little bit of fluff all over these things at the moment, and my hands are full of glue, so I'm not doing too well here. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly just run some glue on the underside there, just on the about 1/4 of an inch in, or 1/2 centimeter in, just so that I can stick my acetate on both sides like that. And then again like this. This is really quickly done, so you know, you can't just wipe off all the fluff that I'm collecting here. And then again this one as well, so that way we've got this ready to stick in place like that. Okay, I think I needed just a little bit more on this side here, like that. Okay, right, so we've got those done. Just wipe off that dirt. Now what I did was I did take my little mouse, and I've cut out 2. This is mirror imaged, so I've just sandwiched them and glued them together just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide which one of these I want for the front. Probably this one, it doesn't really matter, they're the same. And then I'm going to just put, because this glue dries clear, I'm going to put a little dab of it there on the tail and on the ear, just not a lot. I don't want to make it murky. And then I'm going to just position my little mouse on there. Okay, now we could have made this into a shaker card as well, me with all my glue and all over my fingers. Just wipe it off before you sandwich these things together. Okay, so as long as there's no dirt on the inside, we're all right. The outside we can sort out and polish as we go. Okay, so there's that done. Now it's just a case of marrying up those 2 marks, if I can find them. There's the one. And where was, oh, the other one was pretty close down here like that. So this works even if you're using a circle, because it can be quite something when you're gauging the inside one, to make sure that you line those up. So that's a little tip of how I do that. Right, now what I want to do is I want to put some glue over this. I did sew the other one, but I wasn't particularly impressed with the sewing, so I'm not going to sew this. So what we're going to do is just glue it, and make sure that you go to the edges so that the glue is going to stick down nicely, and of course follow the edge of your acetate as well. You don't want that to ooze out onto your little image. Okay, so I've got a fair amount of glue. Now this glue is not very forgiving, so make sure that you have got these 2 little notches in the vicinity of each other, and then you can line those up ever so quickly before you start pressing it down. That way you won't go wrong. So there we go. How's that? There's a perfect match, and with art glitter glue. Gosh, I've done myself here today. Okay, now all you need to do is just rub off with your pencil, your eraser, just like that, and that marker's gone, and this one is now gone too. Okay, so there's your little tip on how to match things up. That's the way I do it. I'm sure there are lots of tips, and we can polish that all off at the end. Right, now I just want to take our distress glue and give a light distressing on the edges here. I think it just finishes it off, and we're going for vintage Christmas, so I don't want any overly white paper colors peeping through. Okay, so there we go. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Now we could make a shaker out of that, but you need to add something in between first. Okay, so we're going to again make sure we got this in the upright position, and I think I will probably just thinking, yeah, I'm gonna put my little eyelet over here, I think. So just gonna grab my little crocodile goodie, turn that around, make the little hole like that, and then get another one of my little eyelets and stick that through like that, and then just press that in place. Okay, so there we go, that's done. Alright, so we've got this all nicely glued, and that's working well. And then again, what I did was I took a little piece of this fabric I'd used earlier. I'm going to thread that through the top like that. Okay, so let's just turn that over like that, and then we want to take your sharp scissors, just give that a bit of an angle, a little bit more of an angle, and then just line that up with the top and give it another cut like that. Okay, right, so now we've got our little ribbon bit there. I'm going to have those probably that way. Okay, and then what I did was I just took some of my, I had a small piece of this which is like distressed, and for the life of me I think I got this from Splattered Inky a long time ago, I'm not quite sure, before lockdown. And I thought it just brought out the pinky red shades in this kit, so we're going to use just a little piece of this, and I'm going to just tie a little knot, not a bow, here, like that. There we go, just a little bit like that. So it's just got a little snippet of a ribbon there. Okay, so there we've got those two peeking out there, those two like that. And then what I did here was I had a little bowl pin with a little red bead. It's got a little star charm on it, and I'm going to just thread that through here too. So just get that. Gosh, everything's fiddly when you're trying to record. There we go, so we just have it like that for the minute. Okay, so that's what we've got over there. And then of course I'll just use my top to polish off all the fluff bits. It's static, isn't it? So there we go, I think I've got it sorted. So that's our other piece there. All right, so we've got those two done over there like that. And then the very last piece that we're going to make is this piece over here. So this is easy enough. This is just made from a seed packet that comes from the Snowy Garden Christmas Garden Kit. And then all I did there was layer up a few bits over there. So I've got a piece of lace, a piece of that gold that we used earlier, and a piece of ribbon there. So that's all I did there. and I've done that with another packet as well. So what I did was, when I was making that, I just stuck down the flap that would normally fold over, so I've made it into a pocket effectively, and I love the little snowman there. Okay, and then I've put one of these little shaker tags in there as well, and as I said, I'm going to show you in a separate video if you're interested on how I did that. So we've got all the bits together now for our little pocket. All that needs to go on is another bulb pin, a little jingle bell, and a little button, and I'm going to stick that on the top there. So that's going to go onto this bit just under the ribbon over there like that. Okay, just to finish it off. Okay, so these will all go into here. So that goes into the back, and that goes into the front. And that goes into the bit here. Okay, so there we have it. Right, so what we want to do now is the actual pocket itself. So I'm going to work on that and show you. Okay, so we're back to make the actual pocket bit ourselves. Now the very first thing you need are 2 squares of double printed paper. So what I've used here is 160 gram of paper, paperweight, and in the Americas I think that is 60 pound weight. All right, so it's a thick paper, but obviously copier paper is not going to be good enough, so you want some cardstock. So this is what I've done, and I've printed on both sides. This side I've printed this beautiful image, and I love this with golds and that, and on this side I've printed the one with the sort of collection of mice and all the little characters in there. So that's the bluish one. Then on this one I have printed one of the collage pages with the reds in, and on the other side I've printed the Merry Christmas in red. So those are the 2 that I'm going to use. Okay, so what you then need to do, now my paper here is, because this was an A4, the size that I could, the widest I could get on a square is 21 centimeters, and I think that's 8 1/4 inches if I am correct. Let's just check. Yes, 8 1/4. So if you're using the US letter side, you might need to trim it slightly, or you can use it because I think yours is 8 1/2. So whatever it is, it needs to be a square. Okay, then what we want to do is, I want to use either your scissors or your craft knife, whatever, or your trimmer. It was tricky on the trimmer, so I'm going to go with the craft knife. You want to cut this corner to corner. So from that corner we want 2 triangles. So we want to match that up there and there, and you're just going to cut straight across like that. So there we go. We've got 2 exact same size triangles here. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with the other piece. Corner to corner, just like that, there and there, and again cut. You can draw a line and use your scissors if you want. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I want to take one of these and one of those, and here you've got another set for another collection. So we're going to just put those 2 aside. Let's just put them up there. Okay, now what you need to do is you want to make a measurement here, and I think I measured 8 centimeters on the side. So on your the first one over here, you want to measure 8 centimeters, and I'll tell you what that is in inches in a minute. Make a mark with your pencil. If you're doing inches, you are looking at just 3 1/8 of an inch in, like that, or 3 inches, whatever you feel. So what we do to the one side we'll do to the other. So we want to just fold that over like that, like that, and I will end up cutting that off in a minute, so I don't really need to fold it, I suppose. Let's just cut that bit off there, measure that up nicely, and then just cut off that bit there. Last time I folded it around, but the way I'm working with it today, we are just going to, I thought this was easier. Right, now measure these two up like that, and let's just get it right. So that's going to go round like that, so we want to chop that bit off there. So take the other side, match these two triangles up like that, and just draw, because now you'll have exactly the same on the other side. So let's just cut that off like this. Okay, so you've got two little triangles which we're going to use, and then you've got these two bits like that. So that one's like that. Turn that one over so that you've got one of the triangles pointing that way with a cut off there, and one of the triangles cut off on that side pointing the other way. Right, so what you want to do next is take your two triangles like that, and you're going to measure in from the cut side now. Lay that against your ruler, and you're going to make a mark at 11.5 centimeters, or if that's in inches, I think it's 4.5 inches. All right, so that's what we're going to do on both of those, and on this side as well. So 11.5 from the cut edge. We're going to make a mark over there like that, or if you're working in inches, as I said, it's 4.5. So that's what we're going to do over there. Now you want to use your bone folder, so let me just grab that quickly. Use my bone folder, and I'm going to lay this straight here, and we're going to match that up on my board and just use my bone folder like that. And the same over here, so I'm just going to turn it over, line it up on this board. That looks pretty alright, and then I'm going to just do that as well. Okay, so we've measured 11.5 or 4.5 inches from our cut side on both of these now, and now we are able to fold this in. Yeah, that's my mark over there, and just make sure you match them up so it's straight there. Little pencil mark there. Rub and press your bone folder along like that, and then the same with this one. Fold it along your score line and make sure that you go like that. Okay. So those are going to go into each other like this now, like there. Okay, and then these two little bits, I used this piece, I think, on the one side, and this piece on the other side. So just trying to find the best way to do that. So yeah, there we go. I think that's what I did. Okay, so that's how it looks. We've just taken our two bits. You can decide which side you prefer. You might want to put that there. It's up to you, but I'm trying to have different bits. So that'll go there, and that'll go there like that. I think I actually had it like this. All right, so that's how you do that. Now what we want to do before we stick any of this down, we're going to put on some ribbon lace. So what I want to do is just, first of all, I'm going to stick this base down here to this bit. So I'm going to just take this and put some glue on the back here, like that. And then we can match this up with the base, like that. Okay. Hopefully I've got that straight. Okay, so just rub that down like that. Make sure it's going to hold. So there we go. That's all looking great. Now you can start with your lace. Now you can do this in two ways. You can use double-sided tape, and I'll show you how I did that, and use some lace that you have. So I'm going to use this lace over here. So this is a very, I think this is 10 millimeters, or in inches you're looking at, or just like 1/3 of an inch really in width, but obviously you could use whatever you have. I've got this, so that's what I'm going to use. Now the way I did this was, and I'll speed this up so that you can watch, is with the tapes, I've stuck the tape like this. Get my scissors and cut that off. So that's what I do with the tape, and you'll see me doing that. Then I just pull that off and stick my lace over. So that's just a case of pulling off the tape itself. I like to angle this lace because it is going to go into an angle, and then just stick your lace down like that. Okay, so that's what, oops, sorry. And then you just trim it off at the top, and there, it's easy like that. Now it doesn't feel sticky coming through. Somebody's asked me that before. All right, so that's I'm going to do. The other option is, if you have, where's that other lace that I have? Sometimes you get the lace like this on a roll. There it is. You get this already, and it is stuck already. This would also work. But this is quite an expensive way to do it, so that's why I've resorted to doing it myself. So making my own washi tape lace. Okay, so it works really well with the crochet, because the crochet is ever so much slightly thicker than like a type of a nylon lace, so you don't feel any stickiness coming through there at all. Okay, so I'm going to go on and do this at speed. You can watch me and see how I go. All right, so we're back again. We've done everything we needed to as far as gluing down the lace is concerned. If you've got little corners that are not sort of doing what they should, then just stick them down with a bit of glue. It does happen, so I like them to be properly stuck down. So just put on a little bit of glue there, and this will work a charm. Okay, so that's the better way to do this, I think. And because these ones are on the front, I like to just make sure. Right, so we've got everything ready, and we've stuck all our ribbon down. Now what I would suggest is, we've got that bit there. We're going to have this fold over this like that. Let's just chop that bit off there. So what we want to do is, you can put some glue down the bottom here. So let's just run a bead of glue straight across the bottom, just to stick down these actual pockets. So I'm going to have that one stuck there, and then we'll have to put some more across the bottom for the next flap. So that's going to go over here like that. Like that. Okay, I'm not worried about that because it's going to be covered. And then what we're going to do is, we're going to stick this one on. So you can use glue, or you can use tape, whatever you prefer. So I'm going to just put a liberal amount of that on there, and that's going to go right on the edge there, like that. Okay, and then on this side we're going to do the same here. So, and if you're wanting to, you can stitch around there, but I'm not going to. You'll be glad to know. All right, so while that's setting and doing its thing, I'm going to just turn this over and just trim off any of the little bits that are sticking out that I don't like. Right, okay, and while I'm doing that and it's all drying nicely, I'm going to just put a little bit of distressing over there and just on the edges over here. So that's what is happening. Just sort of gives it a nice little finish. Okay, so we've got that all ready. Our pouch is ready. Now we want to decorate it up. So I'm going to decorate the outside while I'm waiting for that to glue. So if I bring this one in, you can see what I've done there. If you're wanting me to show you how to do those, then you can always leave a comment for me in the leave a note there in the comments. Okay, so that's going to go on there like that. And then I've just taken one of my, cut a little rectangular die out of that golden paper from the kit, stuck on some happy days with the blue also from the kit, and that I'm going to just stick on there. It's going to come off slightly, and that's going to go over. So that's all I did for that over there. And that's easily done, so it's not in that corner. I'm going to stick the glue up at the top there. Okay, so we want to just get that in the right spot, like that. I think that's where I want it. There we go. So there we've got it all done. So, oh, the moment of truth. This is the exciting bit now. We're going to put it all together. So I love that bit. Right, so we've got our little shaker pocket over there. And in front of that we were sticking our little mouse embellishment, a little piece of ephemera there with a little star and everything. I'm going to put those on top of each other because it catches on here otherwise, and then once I've done that, so these are going to go into the back over here like that. Pull that one up a bit, sorry, the whole thing. So we've got those over there, and then our little pocket that we made earlier with the little snowflakes, isn't it so cute? That's going to go into these bits here. So it's just a bit of a squeeze, but once you've lifted that up and it's not sticking on something that you've made, then that just goes into the front. Then you can arrange your little goodies as you like. It's a bit skew, so just move that up a bit like that. Okay, and there we have it. There's our lovely little Christmas pocket. I hope that you've had fun making that with me, because I've just loved making these, and they're definitely going to be showing their faces in my journals to come for Christmas. So there we go. All right, there we have it. So please go and have a look at all your scraps of fabric and ribbon and bits and pieces and all the bits that you have. I'm going to stick this down because it's annoying me, and go and make one of these too. I know you're going to enjoy it. It was such a lot of fun to do, and I'm sorry it's come to an end now. I really am, but you will be seeing some other exciting projects. I've got lots planned, so do carry on watching, and I hope you find something else that you feel inspired by. All right, everybody, so if you have any questions, let me know. I am going to put together a reveal from the Plumbowtique ribbon order that I placed, which has arrived, and I'm so excited. It's just so beautiful. I had to share it with you, so look out for that one. All right, everybody, leave them a note for me, and I look forward to reading them all, and have fun making one of these. Bye bye now.